It's recording.
Yeah. We're live here.
We are alive.
In this fabulous studio, man. Everyone thinks this is like a state of the art. It is state of the art. Because you made
It's
it.
my estate.
It's your state, man. So what's up? What's going on? You got no beer there, dude.
I know.
Ooh.
What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking Unholy, like this podcast. YouTube channel. Here's some dudes in Arrow Lodge Brewing. And it seems like it's a collaboration with Beer Zombies. And they're from Covina. So shout out to local breweries out here. We'll put this down. Here you go, dude. Look at that, made to order. Look at that.
What is it? Double IPA?
No, this is a double. Yeah, it's a double IPA. So last week we were drinking hazies. Today we're drinking doubles.
Yeah, cool.
Like the shots, double shots. Ooh. So what's up, dude? What are the losers doing tomorrow?
Showing their love.
By
Affection?
form of what their wallet can afford. You know what's crazy, dude?
What's up?
You know how we talked earlier about like the whole, if we can reverse Valentine's Day and be like more of a, because for the most part, Valentine's Day, we can like switch it, right? Because Valentine's Day, yes, there's people that do like, they try to be equal about it.
You mean couples?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're not really a couple, it's more like you're really trying to like,
You're barely dating or...
Yeah, you're trying to show people, trying to flex, and now that everything is running our lives as far as like social media and stuff like that, we want to come up on top, right? And but yeah, I think tomorrow's holiday, or is it a holiday or is it just a day? What is it?
What's Valentine's Day? It's a national sacred holiday of sorts.
Losers of sorts.
Dude.
What's up, man?
I don't know, man. I don't even know where to begin with this.
I'm trying to pick a point and just go with it, but there's so many different things we can talk about right now as far as that holiday, from just how stupid it is to...
A lot of the holidays are kind of... not stupid, but just obnoxious, annoying.
This is true.
In a sense that people feel obligated to participate. And in this case, men usually feel obligated to show whatever it is, like you said, whatever they can afford.
You know what, dude? Women can be bought. To all you women who are going to take it tomorrow, just know you're being bought. Yes,
Yeah.
You're being bought. I can buy you. Because listen, I'm going to show up with some flowers.
But
some chocolates.
I don't know about buying, because
you can buy these.
At the end of the day, you're expecting some action. Although it goes both ways, though. I mean, like,
it's like, what are you gonna do to get this vagina? So we're animals, obviously, and we're putting a weird display of mating here. Like, we're trying to like figure out how we can mate, right? And we're gonna buy the flowers. We're gonna show up with the rented car. The rented car. Ooh, who the hell is texting me? Hey, boo. So anyways, somebody's trying to set up Valentine's Day with me. Yeah, no, none of that. Tomorrow I'll be at home like a loser, doing nothing, saving my money because.
Well,
yeah. What's up?
Never mind. You're gonna say something about the animal thing?
Oh yeah, we're trying to display. We're trying to show, that we're worthy. We're worthy of the woman's attention, the woman's, love, and we're gonna do the most. And we probably, dude, it's so crazy because you probably go and oh my god, and then it's like a competition among people. It's like, oh my god, and it kind of starts from the morning now. It's so ridiculous. Before, I feel like it was just like a few flowers or roses, but this whole social media, I think, has escalated things to like a 10th. right? Like the 10th power.
Because you need to show on social media what you're doing for
oh my God, look. He sent me flowers at work. And then at lunchtime, oh my God, he sent me an edible array. He must fucking love me. And then like, oh my God. And then you're literally recording. Some of these people record their whole thing, right? And on Thursday, because I don't care, I'm not going to see your shit anyway, so it doesn't matter. On Thursday, I'm going to wake up and, take a shit. And I'm going to start scrolling through social media like we often tend to do. A lot of us, I do. That's like my newspaper. And I'm going to see the whole day. And I'm just going to shake my head. And by the way, probably spent, because flowers are expensive, $70, $80 easy to get sent for basic as. I've looked into it. Not that I did
Everything's overpriced, dude. I remember I had a friend. Well, I have a friend whose mom owns a flower shop. And yeah, that was one of the busiest days, obviously. And we used to help her. Like, she would hire us for that day to go help deliver
that's
flowers. Cool. And, but yeah, I mean, like, obviously, during that day, everything's like they overprice everything, they mark it up, and then you see all these guys coming in, minute after minute or whatever, whenever they come in, and yeah, they're trying to buy whatever is the biggest thing they can afford. I mean, obviously, they're not saying like, this is my budget, but they're trying to find the biggest deal value for whatever it is.
It's whatever their wallet can get them,
and those things are pretty expensive.
Dude, I know for a fact a basic is $35 a pop. $35. Now you're adding $35 for some basics, so you're probably not gonna get laid at the end of this. So you're doing probably $60 to $80 dinner, right? Because you don't want to take her to Applebee's. Come on, because these women have.
Although I'm sure Applebee's pretty full too.
Dude,
tomorrow.
I feel like what it is. I feel like Applebee's is gonna be full of like older couples that who just been there, done that, who are just doing it for
like young couples that are still like young 18-year-olds or
high school or thereafter. You got no money, dude. It's so crazy. Thank goodness. Listen, I appreciate all of my ex-girlfriends.
Every single one.
Every last one of them. I'm serious. I've only had like a couple, not too many, but they've been very reasonable. Cause for one. Obviously I don't purposely celebrate or anything like that, so I didn't feel the pressure, but I had no money either. So it's not like I had a choice,
See, what you have there, though, is charisma, so they kind of like, they settle for that.
Yeah, you know what?
And the good looks and tall and all that.
Stop it. But anyways, so yeah, dude, but you know what? Going back to this day, it's pretty, it goes back to that, like we were just talking about, like really like, a couple episodes ago, we talked about gold diggers, and we're not justifying any of this, but it's just psychological. It just kind of makes sense, right?
Well, that's what I want to say. You're saying how we're just still sort of animals, which we kind of are, because we don't really do much critical thinking.
No.
And the thing is that corporations take advantage of that, and they know how we think. They understand psychology a lot better than we do. So this complete marketing scheme that a lot of people fall for, a lot of young males fall for, which, wake up, guys, it's pretty stupid.
2019, man, let her take you out to dinner, man.
No, but I mean, that is what happens, right? So we're kind of brainwashed into following this holiday that where love is being celebrated, but the reality is that there has been research that shows that this is an obligation to a lot of men and women too. Because women do, and from time to time, or to a lesser extent, also give gifts or whatever, do something for their boyfriend. But in general, it's an obligation. Why the hell do you want to do something where you are obligated? A lot of the time we resist. Like, if I tell you to do something, or if I tell a girl to do something, they usually resist. Or they tell me something, I'm going to resist, right? But then, like, corporations tell you this, or society tells you this, and then, you automatically do it.
Yeah.
Without thinking about it.
No, definitely.
But again, there's also the other aspect that you were talking about. We were trying to flex. We're trying to, prove ourselves that. And then, like, what's his name? That doctor, that biology doctor, or
psychology.
biologic.
Evolutionary psychology.
Is that what it is?
Something like that. Sorry, see, we're dumbasses.
Dr.
See, this proves it.
It was Dr. Sadi.
Yes.
So he's talking about that. There's a term for it, and it's I can't remember the term, but it's pretty much that. That you have to prove yourself to make sure that the other person sees it. In this case, well, whether it's in a like tribal, going back to like anthropological times.
Well, yeah, no, 100%. Going like just backing up that whole tribal thing. And again, this is just me making up a story, but bear with me. It was that like I think he goes into like if getting a woman's affection or attention, was doing 5 push-ups, then that wouldn't be worth anything, right?
Right.
But if it was thing like, back in the day I had to go out and hunt or give some sort of, in a lot of cultures, like an animal, you go and present it to like the other family and you try to like, okay, this is the best, healthiest animal I can give you. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Here's my daughter or something like that. But again, that's just giving my daughter away. But anyways, think about it. Like I'm a warrior and I got these battle scars and I haven't died. Think about it. You don't think women are going to see me? They'd be like, this guy's like,
and I mean, when you put it in that perspective, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. So of course, I don't.
But then when you change it up to like, you need to pay 3 months' salary for a ring. Yeah. Just kind of sounds absurd. I mean, it's still the same concept, so I kind of understand where it's coming from, but
it's so crazy.
I mean, do you know anyone who does that? Like, who's done that? The 3 months' salary, or is it just like whatever they can afford?
3 months' salary. Well, all of my friends a lot of them are married. I don't know. I gotta ask them. I really gotta ask them. If you
let's say you're making like 50 grand.
Ooh.
That's what, like 12 grand? About 1,200, 1,500?
Something like that.
For a ring?
I think so.
That's ridiculously
$12,000? Oh my God, that seems like an absurd amount of money.
Hell yeah, dude.
Absurd. But no, definitely. And you know what?
You know where that comes from too, right?
It was a marketing.
By De Beers?
De Beers, yeah.
The diamond company.
Shame on you guys.
So that's what it did. I mean, like it was a marketing, what's it called? A marketing campaign that they did back in the day. I think it started in the 30s, and then slowly they kind of like, I think eventually, like initially it was just a month's salary, and then over the decades, it added up to 3 months' salary.
No, and okay,
which, again, so it's ridiculous. But again, like one thing is, again, going back to the whole us just following whatever society tells us like idiots,
right?
And then the other part is that then the corporations are the ones who understand that and they take advantage of it. Yeah. Which is, again, I'm for capitalism, and I would probably be doing the same thing. If I own a company that I could take advantage of holidays like that, because at the end of the day, it is a choice. Like guys don't have to go out and buy roses, but they do.
Dude. So, no, you're right about the whole roses, but this is it's going to fit. So, catching somebody's attention, right? A woman's attention. So, a girl, she's actually a friend, attractive woman. She showed me, like, all of the direct messages she gets on Instagram. And I'm like, why are they all open? Like, they're not open. They're not open. And she's like, I don't care. And I'm like, dude, first, first of all, must be nice. Because if I had, I'd be replying to all of them. Okay. But I was like, okay. And then I asked her, like, so why don't you? She's like, I don't care. But I'm like, what's going to catch your attention? And I think consistency. I think so all these people, and then she keeps seeing the same name. You're going to open it up. And then you're probably going to spark a conversation. So
it depends what you're seeing on preview. You've seen like,
that too.
Eggplants on there, then maybe not.
But eggplant, the dick. But anyway, so I'm like, that kind of makes sense. And I'm like, it's consistency. It's what wins sometimes. So now, check this out. Now
you said that it was consistency?
Some of these people, right? Some of them are like, oh, he's cute or whatever. But for the most part, is like, damn, okay, repetitive. You're going to crack that stone. So anyways, so now you've shown
so my parents ended up together.
A lot of our parents, like, so anyway, that's a good one. So,
no, it's true. But anyway, go
ahead. So now think about it. So now you've shown a level of consistency. Now you got to maintain that level of consistency. That's why some of these women play you fucking fools for scums, because now you got to keep showing that level of consistency. So now you're going to do the most. You're going to be there, every beck and call. And then and at the end of the day, it's gonna start hurting your wallet, and you'll be a broke dude. And then all of a sudden, yeah, for Instagram and all this other stuff, it's gonna look nice because oh my God, my baby loves me. But no, his wallet loves you, and he showed you that level of consistency. Now you expect it throughout, and it's simple. Like people don't understand that. Like she's like a family member through like outside family. Yeah, she's got all these thousands and thousands of followers on on Instagram, and she's like that, dude. I think like the boyfriend even gave. I'm not gonna say too much, but because just in case. But he gave the dad a really nice gift, so he was and super nice guy. But the dude, she doesn't even post him on anything. Like I was like, hey, is so and so? I asked my sister, is so and so still with him? And they're like, yeah. And then my sister was like, yeah, she just never posts him. I'm like, oh my God, I'd be mad. I'd be so mad. I'm like, dude,
well, that's
I'm doing all this.
That's the.
So I'm gonna keep a close eye on them tomorrow. See what they do, so we could talk about that. But yeah, man, and just again going back to the whole consumerism thing, and it's true. A lot of people, there's always money to be made in these holidays, especially like stuff like this, because things are very expensive. And when it comes to love, I feel like that's one of the most expensive. Obviously, going from the ring to the showering of everything else, the gifts, the bears, the chocolates, the dinners, and all this stuff, But what did he say? What did he say? The psychologist. He said it real simple. Our kind of mission is to eat, not be eaten, have sex, and good night, everybody.
Something like that.
Something like that, right? I probably butchered it, but it's pretty simple. When you come down to that.
Well, yeah, dude. But again, it makes sense that these corporations take advantage of our ignorance, the fact that we can't do some little critical thinking and know what they're doing. That's another thing that kind of annoyed me about the whole like 1% Wall Street thing back in the day, like a few years back.
Yeah.
That you have all these protesters protesting against corporations and the 1%ers and all the rich folks. Yet they're
nobody made you buy that iPhone.
They're with the iPhones shooting all that.
Yeah,
come on, Apple.
Nobody made you buy a heavily overpriced phone. I mean, yeah, like.
No, but my point is that they're protesting against these people, yet they keep buying their merchandise.
Exactly. So
they're willingly giving the money to these corporations who they're protesting against because they're getting richer and you're getting poorer. Well, stop buying shit you don't need.
We need the name brands.
So I mean, no, look, and we both fall for it too, So it's not like we completely are immune to it, but we're aware of what we're doing as well, I mean, I bought Yeezys before, but only to flip them. I never wore them.
Yeezys, yeah, man. You've had more pairs of Yeezys than anybody I know. I'm serious.
but again, well, obviously, I had the opportunity to get them, but it wasn't to wear them because I'm not gonna spend, a few $100, which then appreciates to $1,000 or however much they were at the time. Why? It's just cloth and rubber and, I don't need that crap.
And tons of research to figure out what your soul needs.
What
your SOLE needs. Your soul.
Yeah. And,
And it's got Kanye West's name behind it.
Right. So even Kardashians, I'm not a fan of them personally, but I admire the fact that they know how to take advantage of social media and, their sex tapes. To sell all this merchandise and create this huge empire, that's admirable, and dude, I'm completely for that.
She's almost a billionaire. Yeah. It's so crazy because the whole they have power, like legitimate mass power.
They do.
It's like.
Oh, you saw what's her name? The youngest one. What's her name?
Kylie.
Yeah, Kylie. I think it was last year that she tweeted something about Snapchat. I think it was when they created the updates, right? Yeah. And that everyone's complaining about it. And she said something. She tweeted something about, I'm probably gonna get off of Snapchat. Yeah. The next day, the stock drops. I forget how much, but significant amount, just because of that simple tweet. I mean, you can't understand Trump just because he's the president, but how old is she? 20, 21? 21-year-old that can drop a stock price, and I don't know how many millions of dollars in capital appreciate or depreciation happens
over a 10-second clip.
Yeah. So now that's definitely power.
Dude, that's absolutely power. If I had that kind of power, I'd be doing some like dumb stuff, some reckless stuff.
Like, well, it depends.
We will.
Because then you pull Elon Musk and smoke weed on Joe Rogan's podcast, and then your stock drops too.
Speaking about weed, when are we gonna smoke weed on here? Just kidding, guys. We don't condone such thing.
Plus YouTube doesn't.
Yeah, they're actually
demonetizing.
Yeah, they're demonetizing people who are doing that.
And we're making hundreds of thousands of dollars here. So.
We're making pennies. As a matter of fact, we owe YouTube at this point with our dumbass stuff. But alrighty, so what else, dude? What's the next topic? Hit me with it.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Still talking about Valentine, aren't we?
Oh, dude, duh. Still on Valentine.
We just got carried away with other stuff.
Yeah, got carried away. But have you ever done, like, I mean, not that it mattered, but you've ever done anything like that? Like, you've actually tried? No?
I don't do that.
I don't either, man.
I don't even believe in the whole engagement ring and all that crap either.
You know what's so crazy? Because going back into that, I started telling people, why can't we just enjoy the time we have together? Like, so this is the thing. So
if it's love.
Yeah, of course. If it's love and it's actually companionship, that's what I'm for. I say I don't want to get married, but who knows? I just say that. But now we got to involve the government. We got to sign a piece of paper, and then now you're entitled to 50% of my shit. And then it gets even worse. It gets even worse when we have to actually.
Prenup, you don't have to.
Well, I don't have any assets.
Are you planning not to have any assets?
But does it cover that? Does it cover future earnings and future assets?
It covers especially future assets because now you're together. So anything that you accumulate after you get married, it's like Bezos. Like what he did was, he was married for 25 years. So after that, he came up with the whole Amazon idea when he was married. So they attributed to her being part of him kind of helping him out.
Didn't he make her do something, or she was part of it?
No, I'm sure I'm sure that she supported and all that, but I don't know how much she was involved in it. But
okay,
if she wasn't, well, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, let's get back to the. This is not a 2-hour podcast. That would have been cool. But anyway, so get back. So we now got to sign a piece of paper, right? We're probably going to join bank accounts. Now, let's just say I'm a guy and I don't make as much money as you do, right? So now what happens? I go out and I buy something. Well, with whose money, honey? You know what I mean? That's always going to be a doubt. That's why I always tell like the people that are getting married, like that's one of the things I always ask. Are you guys going to have like, especially if I have like confidence and we're good friends. He's like, oh no, dude, we're putting the money together. I'm like, jeez, dude, are you serious? First and foremost, most women don't have any sort of money management skills.
Well,
most
guys too. I mean, just to be fair.
Yeah, I'm not talking shit here. But all I'm saying is, and then you add your critical ability to go out, your uncanny ability to go out and drink a beer or two after work, and you do that 2-3 times a day. Beer's not cheap, so you're adding to it.
Or anything else.
Now, yeah. So what I'm saying though is, you add all this stuff, and now it becomes a country. But how come we don't get to the core of it? Yeah, we do love each other. We enjoy each other's company. Let's just rock it and let's do it. There's no kids involved. Why do we? I understand because after kids, it can get a little hairy and tricky, whatever. That's okay. But what I'm saying is, why can't we just spend those 2-3 months, 2-3 years, or whatever together, and enjoy the best part of ourselves? Like if we really look at it like that, and
it goes back to that argument we were talking about earlier, that you kind of have to prove yourself, and sometimes proving yourself is committing to something you don't want to commit.
You know what's crazy? Yes, but I've been fortunate enough that the women that I've actually dated, or the girls I've actually dated, I haven't really felt that way, that I've had to prove myself. I think I make it very clear, and as the most valuable thing we have as humans is time. So if we choose to spend it together, and I spend it on you, and I make it very clear that is my most valuable resource that I have, because I can be doing a million things as I'm doing this, and I have a million different hobbies, and as you probably do as well on the other hand. But if we are making an effort to see each other, that is beautiful to me. And I fucking appreciate that about women that are willing to do that. I don't have to, oh, well, do you want to? No, yes, I want to see you. Yes, you want to see. Let's make this happen. Why the beat around the bush? Leave all that kid stuff, high school stuff to the side and really enjoy each other's company. Now, at that point, you know, if there's certain things, like certain traits I don't like about a girl or stuff like that, then it's deuces, see you later, you know, and vice versa. You see certain things about me, you know what, I don't like that. I thought I liked that about you. I like your outgoingness, but now I don't like your outgoingness anymore. So, fine, that's fine. But and I don't think I don't think I've ever, so any woman, any girl, I keep calling women, any girl that I've ever dated, I don't think I can go back.
Maybe you need to start dating women.
Oh, I'm starting to date women. So the thing is, I don't think I can pick up the phone and probably with exception maybe of a couple people, I can call them and it'll be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Stuff like that. So, you know, let's just be mature about it. But I sure do know how to pick them.
But that comes also down to the crowd you hang out with.
Yeah, that is true.
I was gonna say something. I just
nah,
forgot.
dude, but you know, I've had some pretty cool people in my life.
No, but I agree with you. You know, but again, sometimes people want you to prove it their way. It's not necessarily what you think you're proving it with all kinds of different thoughtful ways. But
yeah, so those women that want me to prove it like that, they just get the thing and then it's over. God, flip, guy, bye. I'm not gonna be a dick, not text you back, but I'm also not gonna like push for a second hookup or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's over. So anyways, want to wrap it up? One last thing? You want to say something else Art, on the camera?
Yeah, a story?
I had a story. Actually, yes, I do have a story. So
story time.
Story time, baby. 2 weeks ago, you guys be careful. This is true. I've seen things like this happen on Twitter where like a girl would like, she gets a bunch of retweets or whatever, but she tells a story like, hey, a gas station, I was approached by a couple that wanted me to pay for gas or give them something. Or, you know what I mean? Yes, be careful with that, guys. It is true. Early in the morning, I was going to work. I was pumping gas, heading to wherever I was heading. And a Yukon pulls up, dude. A Yukon. This guy, bro, come here. I'm like, I mean, I don't mean to, you know, that's what
being racist.
No, that's what he
sounded.
That's what he sounded like.
I know.
So
don't worry about being racist. You're just imitating the accent.
Yeah, so imitating the accent. All you fucking liberals out there are gonna come after me. Anyway, so he's like, bro, come here. He's like, I got wife, kid. And I'm like, okay. He got a Rolex on. And he's got a bracelet and he's got a ring. He's like, here. He's like giving me a ring. I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on? So he's like, hey, I lost my debit card. I lost my card and I need gas. I need to go to Texas. And I'm like, I got baby. And yeah, like the woman did seem pretty convincing. And I'm like, okay. She's like,
was a sugar bag?
It could have been some. I don't know. I didn't see the baby. So she was doing that, right?
You didn't see it.
So, okay. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to be a nice guy. Because I'm pretty nice, dude. And you know, like, yeah, I'm a dick. I'm a jerk or whatever. But deep down inside, I hate seeing people struggle and stuff like that, right? So anyways, I was like, all right, give me a second. So I go back and I pull $20, right? $20. And I go and he's like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, here you go. This is what I can give you. I give him $20 and he's pulling his ring away and he takes the money. He's like, no, pump in the pump. Like, I'm like, no. Excuse me. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he's like, no, like, what is this? Like, $20? Like, I think he wanted to see me punch in my code or something. Something was so fishy about it because I was like, no, like, I started getting mad at that point or kind of like, or I'm alert. He's like, so he gets back in the car and he just drives away. I'm like, I thought you didn't have any gas. So he takes my $20 and I'm like, what the fuck? So don't help these bums out.
How can you distinguish bums from people who need it?
He wasn't a bum. He had those like flamboyant shirts that they fucking wear, the fucking thing with the patches.
Because I had a lady approach me the other day when I was pumping gas too, and she knocked, or she like got my attention, and she's like, yeah, I need to go to wherever, and like, can I get some, like I don't need money, I just, if you can help me with gas, like I gave you $3 just because I was in a hurry.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I probably would have gone check out what her situation. But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, be careful out there in the gas stations. They're coming after you guys, and we're gonna wrap it there.
Especially if they're from Nigeria. Don't trust those guys.
Peace out, everybody.